What made me create Boss Fight Tactics Arena? Mostly came from a love of World of Warcraft and massively multiplayer online games. The style of raiding, where you get a bunch of people together, like 10 or 15 people together, and you work together to fight these giant epic bosses that require a lot of tactics and a lot of strategy and good execution and all that stuff. And I wanted to kind of those things are obviously inspired by role-playing games like D&D and stuff, all those classics. So I kind of wanted to bring it back, because a lot of combat in role-playing games tends to be fairly simplistic a lot of times, not a lot of tactics involved necessarily. So I wanted to kind of amp it up a little bit, make it a little bit more deep and a little bit more exciting to actually do those fights and battles. I think it'll appeal most to people who just enjoy tactical gaming, and especially people who enjoy a good challenge. It's built, to be punishingly difficult in some cases, so that it's a real accomplishment if you can say that you can actually defeat the encounter. And I feel like it requires, it's a lot less luck based in a lot of games. So it's all about using your resources to the best possible advantages. And if you don't do that, then you're probably almost definitely going to lose. So it really requires thinking ahead and working together as a team. It requires a lot of good teamwork to actually pull it off. I tried to build in a lot of just elements of the game. For instance, in the first fight that I created, the enemy boss will summon zombies around a character who will hold that character down and hold him in place. And then if that person can't escape, then he's going to get smashed by a huge attack. So the other players actually have to help that player to escape. Have to help him kill those zombies off so he can get out before he gets wiped out by this giant attack. So there's just kind of a general theme of that where. And plus a lot of characters have abilities that, if they use them on themselves, they do something that's helpful or useful, but if they use it on another player, it's even more helpful. So that, you're encouraged to actually, kind of give some of your power to other players so that they can do something cool with it. It's interesting, actually. I've always considered myself more of an iterator than, an innovator. So, it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot of things that are, super fresh and exciting and new. If you've played D&D, then you'll recognize, the grid-based kind of tactical combat. If you've played Magic the Gathering or other card games like that, then you'll recognize, the way that the cards have the syntaxes written and, the way the cards are kind of laid out. It's very similar to that. And, obviously, it's, like I said before, it's inspired by raiding, so you'll recognize some elements of that coming into it as well. But I think it's just the way that they're all kind of combined together. And I've tried to create I'm trying to make the game as user-friendly as possible. So, I've tried to, reduce any obtuseness and just make it very accessible despite being difficult.